Now at 10, a shooting at a shopping mall in El Paso, Texas. The latest on the death toll and those wounded. Plus, legislation on Utah's Capitol Hill tonight that would close abortion clinics by the year 2024. We're talking to the bill's sponsor, as well as those who say this bill punishes victims, including preteens. And
it is the deadliest drug threat our country has ever faced.
Senators grilling top U.S. drug officials today about how to tackle the country's fentanyl crisis. The latest from Washington.
Live from Utah's first TV station, ABC4 News celebrates 75 years.
Welcome to ABC4 News at 10 o'clock. I'm Emily Flores.
And I'm Glenn Mills. Thanks so much for joining us. We do begin tonight with national news out of El Paso, Texas, where police are still on the scene of a shopping mall mass shooting. Police say one person has been killed, 3 others injured. One person also taken into custody in connection with the shooting. Now, today's shooting happening in a busy shopping area and just across a parking lot from a Walmart where 23 people were killed in a racist attack back in 2019.
And in Tooele County, a body found along I-80 just off the road. And according to Utah Highway Patrol, the body was found on westbound I-80 at milepost 93 just after 1:30 this afternoon. Troopers found the body of a man lying just off the shoulder of that road in the sagebrush. The roadways in the area were closed during the active investigation. Officers now saying one lane is open. The identity of the victim has yet to be released.
I have, the rural areas, people can maybe bring a body here or things that can happen here just because it is rural, away from people. So that is always a possibility.
Police say the body was spotted by a passerby who alerted police. Now, the manner of death and the identity, yet again, not released. But stick with us here at ABC4 and we'll keep you updated.
A bill that would further limit abortion access in Utah moving forward tonight. The House Judiciary Committee voting along party lines this evening, with some saying the bill goes too far, while others say it doesn't go far enough. ABC4's Courtney Johns live in studio tonight to explain what this would mean if it goes into law. Courtney.
House Bill 467 would get rid of abortion clinics requiring abortions to be performed in hospitals with limited exceptions. Many of the providers who spoke to say these procedures at hospitals will cost significantly more. One woman saying patients are given out-of-pocket estimates as high as $20,000.
And removing that option for patients who can't afford to have care in a hospital and who, quite frankly, don't need the level of care required in hospitals is really creating additional barriers to patients as they seek the health care that's important for them.
Assuming Utah's trigger law does move forward, abortion would only be legal in instances where the mother's life is in danger, the fetus is not viable, and victims of sexual assault. And this law would take it a step further, limiting the rape and incest exceptions to 18 weeks after conception. It also specifies what type of abortion should be performed if it's unlikely the fetus would survive.
The abortion would be done through an induction of labor, so the baby would be born rather than have the baby cut apart in utero in a surgical abortion procedure, because we feel that we want to protect that life and not put it through the pain that would cause.
Instead, Representative Carrie Ann Lisenby says the baby would die naturally outside the womb, and if it survived, she says the baby would be given care. Now, there was a lot of talk about the provision involving young girls, which Lisenby says creates the presumption that any pregnancy involving a girl under the age of 12 is rape or incest, which would automatically allow them to have an abortion if it's within the first 18 weeks of pregnancy. The bill's sponsors were asked why that age, when the legal age of consent is so much older. They said this is based in part on cases they saw on a national level, but they did say they were open to discussing it. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Courtney. Let's switch gears now and head over to the weather. This is a look now at a time-lapse video from the capital area in Salt Lake City tonight. This was shot by ABC4 photojournalist J.D. Johnson. A clear, crisp night out there, pretty cold this after snow in southern and central Utah yesterday. So the question, will we be getting any of that snow here soon?
To answer that, we bring in Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy with the first look at the weather forecast.
Hi, friends. I look at that video and gosh, it is a clear night. We're clearing as this storm system exits to the east. I want to start with that satellite, which shows you that counterclockwise flow of the low. It's on the way out of the region, and we have seen clear skies behind it. Cloud cover now pushing to the eastern side of the state as high pressure is anxious to move on in and set up shop. Now, we know that we saw clear skies out there for northern Utah today. We saw our snow on Valentine's Day in the morning, and then that system really moved south. Don Can caught this one, but as beautiful as it is, the winds wreaked a little havoc in his backyard, and I know you were dealing with winds in your backyard too. Throughout the state, we were dealing with very blustery conditions. Right now, temperatures sitting in the 20s. It's 2 in Logan, 7 in Evanston, 6 in Vernal, so really cold if you're stepping out, but feels colder than this map is going to tell you, and it's because of the wind chill. We still have winds, northeasterly winds that are bringing in that Arctic bite, and as a result, the real feel of the temperature in Logan is -5. We look at those teens along the Wasatch Front. It feels sub-zero in Cedar City, and it feels like the upper 20s in St. George. So really cold out there tonight. So another frigid one. And as a result, we have 3 areas, 3 of the mighty 5 when it comes to our national parks under a wind chill warning. That includes Capitol Reef, Bryce Canyon, and Zion National Park, where it could feel like -15 at Capitol Reef and Zion, and even colder at Bryce. They've got fresh snow on the ground. We're going to look at the storm totals from this system, and we're tracking our next round of wet weather and when to expect our daytime highs to rebound a little closer to average. It's all coming up in my full forecast. Glenn, Emily, over to you.
All right, Alana, thank you. Well, small and mighty like Utah's brine shrimp, 6th graders from Emerson Elementary were on Capitol Hill today to present a bill they helped create to bring awareness to Utah's brine shrimp population. So House Bill 137 would make the brine shrimp Utah state crustacean. Brine shrimp have inhabited the lake for more than 600,000 years. Well, as lake levels have dropped and salinity levels have risen, they're in danger. Mr. Craner's class is passionate, though, about saving the creatures, so they started a petition which now has 800 signatures.
Many birds come to feast on the brine shrimp right before their migration. If we don't do something, all the birds that eat the brine shrimp will lose their food source and their home.
Once again, look at those 6th graders. So Mr. Craner was proud of the way his students represented themselves, their school, and the district. Utah would not be the first to have a state crustacean. A number of other states have one already. Now that bill had enough support to move forward to the House floor.
Governor Spencer Cox announcing the largest corporate investment in the history of our state. Texas Instruments is investing $11 billion for a new plant in Lehi. The facility will make semiconductor chips. It says that it will add 800 high-tech jobs plus thousands of indirect jobs for Utahns. This investment comes as a part of a tax agreement. Utah lawmakers agreeing to give the company 30% of the additional state taxes it will pay over the next 2 decades.
There were decisions made long before I became governor and long before this legislature convened that made it possible for this day to happen.
So production could begin at the new facility as early as 2026. When that happens, the plant is expected to churn out tens of millions of chips every day. It could help ease some of the reliance on foreign powers for these vital parts that go into electronics we use every single day. Advocates on Capitol Hill today supporting a bill that would legalize psilocybin, better known as magic mushrooms, for medical use.
Yeah, Senator Luz Escamilla is the bill's sponsor. She says it would establish a pilot program that would give patients the drug under medical supervision. So advocates say the evidence is there to support prescribing the drug for people suffering with anxiety, depression, and PTSD. Senator Escamilla saying she's optimistic.
I'm hearing actually a lot of people that usually do not end up supporting my bill, supporting this bill, which is really exciting.
SB 200 has yet to receive a vote in committee, but we will continue to follow the latest developments through the legislature. For a closer look at how the bill would work, though, tune into Inside Utah Politics Sunday morning at 8 a.m.
New at 10, a Martin Luther King Legacy Photo Project exhibit tonight at Salt Lake Community College. That event happening at the South City campus. The beloved community photography project connects Salt Lake Community College faculty with local elementary students through in-class discussions and presentations after participating in activities that explore Dr. King's legacy and how students can apply his ideas to their own lives. The students highlighting their own beloved connections with their communities through photography. that celebrate their individual voices and viewpoints.
Really inspiring to see everything and realize all the diverse parts of our community, because you don't really see it until you're looking for it. And it was really good to look for it and see the beauty in it.
Those students continuing to say how much fun they had and how great it was to combine the photography with Dr. King's legacy.
The Salt Lake Division of Motors is moving locations and will wrap up its final business day on Friday. So the DMV office, as you know it, located at 380 West and 2880 South, will be moving to the Taylorsville State Office building at 4315 South, 2700 West in the old American Express building suite. The new DMV will be opening on Tuesday, February 21st. The office encourages all customers to schedule appointments online. And Utah is slated to receive $2 million in investments for state crisis interventions. The investment will go towards reducing gun violence and ensure that extreme risk protection order laws and programs are implemented. In 2020, the rate of child firearm deaths in Utah was the highest it has been since 1999. The investments will be implemented over 5 years to develop and sustain safer communities. Coming up, there's growing concern about the toxic train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, as officials announced that even more chemicals were on the train than originally thought.
And I just think this is awesome. Scott Taylor sent in this amazing photo of an eagle, a bald eagle from Magna. You can see it's just stunning, and then the clear skies behind it. That's thanks to high pressure. That's setting up. How long does it stick around? Answers in Utah's most accurate forecast.